You're good to go.
Awesome. Welcome everybody to the annual general meeting of the Nottawa Memorial Community Center. Did everybody but me have a chance to look at the agenda?
Yes.
Yes. Can someone, Carrie, I see is going to put forward a motion to approve the agenda, seconded by Councillor Deneen. All in favor, everybody? Awesome. Disclosure of pecuniary interest. There shouldn't be any in this meeting because there's no money being handed out. Financial report, I got it, didn't open it. Did anybody have a look see? I mean, it was this kind of a year, right? I mean, we had, we didn't make a lot.
It was pretty basic. There was a bit of fundraising from the craft festival. There was a bit of fundraising from Lobster Fest, and there was expenses from those and utilities. The solar panel funds have not been added yet, so we were showing a deficit of about $4,000 approximately. Once we add that in, I'm sure it'll be a little better towards not being in the negatives, but it was a pretty basic one.
Year like that, so
yeah.
I'm a little surprised that the Lobster Fest numbers were in there because we didn't have them. So I don't know what's going on with that, but whatever. Annual maintenance report, Calvin.
Annual maintenance report. Not much to report this year. We haven't done too much other than what we've been reporting throughout the whole time. So, because I mentioned the last meeting, we may need to look on the floor in the future in the basement because it's shifting a bit. So that would have been a couple months ago. I reported that because I think I was still before. Yeah.
Well, we did put in some the electronic thermometers. What was the thermostat? We put that in. We put we had some plumbing work done a couple of times.
Yep.
We got an outlet. Yep, I got a new electrical outlet. So there was quite a bit, I guess, that we got done considering the hall isn't even open. So every little thing that we can get done is good. I don't know how our inspection went last couple of weeks ago, but I assume because I didn't hear anything that it was fine.
I was in the hall today and I looked at the window and we still had the green and it said March 2021 this time. So we passed by the look of it.
Oh, good.
Because
Awesome.
it was updated, I believe. Oh, I think Doug wants to speak.
Oh, yeah.
Jay and Calvin, I had a chance to speak to Amanda, who just advised me that the halls that were inspected by the hall or by the health unit, they all passed. And they were looking for a thermometer that was missing from the second fridge. That was the only sort of item that was outstanding. The second fridge, the one that
we don't use,
never on. There's supposed to be a thermometer inside it. It's missing. So that was the only small deficit that was on there. But she indicated to me that that was the only item that they talked about. And there was also a note made in regards to pest control. We have to keep a log of every time we check for pests and check traps, and we have to keep a log of that. Right. So other halls actually have a pest control company, right? We fortunately have not had pest issues.
I don't have pests.
We don't have a pest control company, right? So we have traps set out and they get checked occasionally, and that's apparently you need to mark that down that they are being checked regularly. So those are the two little items that Amanda said to me, but the good news is everything passed. And so thank you to all the volunteers that worked to get it prepared after it was sitting idle for some 10 months. So thank you for everybody's effort to make that happen.
Yeah, it should have been not much of an issue to pass because the place hasn't been, like you said, it hasn't been used in a year. And we don't, I think there might be a couple of mouse traps around. I'm not sure that they're actually have any, they're not set, I don't think. I think they're just around. So anyway, chair report. Well, this is an easy one for me. I mean, it was a easy year, and I appreciate everybody who helped out. Patrice came in and helped, and Councillor Deneen and Carrie and Calvin, they all did amazing things around the hall. I mean, Calvin hobbles over to the hall from time to time. I hobble to the hall. And of course, the mayor hobbles over as well. And then we usually go to the door knock, but that's another story. So no, I appreciate everybody. I mean, we actually all put in quite a few volunteer hours this year, considering the hall wasn't even open. So a big hand to all of you. I should also welcome Patrice. This was her first year on the board, so welcome to you. And saying that, we did lose Barry, and we appreciate all that he's done for the hall over his time on the board. You know, I don't know that we've had, no offense to anyone here, I don't know that we've had a more organized and better booking agent than what Barry was doing. So high fives to him and thank you to him. Election of all board positions. Anybody want anything new?
I don't think I know enough to be able to take on any major role, other than I'm willing to help with anything that anybody needs.
Appreciate it.
So I can help with this section. It's just routine annual general meeting things, and it allows for other people to have an opportunity to hold these positions on the board. So essentially what will happen is I'll start with the booking agent, since they're the first one there, and it was good sort of rollover from thanking Barry for his duties this past year. So I will call for nominations 3 times, and we will move from there. Is that okay?
For sure.
All right. So are there any nominations for the position of booking agent?
I'm going to guess there isn't.
There's not, and nobody wants to take on that role? Because I'm not sure how the board will move forward. I know it's a pandemic, and right now you might not be getting some bookings coming in, but I think Barry was pretty good, and he might actually have some tentative bookings lined up for you. So it might be a role that needs to be filled.
Well, we were going to probably discuss that in the next meeting. So I'm not certain. Oh, go ahead, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and through our clerk, I would suggest that we defer the discussion of the booking agent until we get to our regular meeting. And further to that, we have a guest with us who has joined us, and if he decides to join us as a board member in the future, that would give us an opportunity to twist his arm and see if he can said responsibilities. So I would move we defer it to our discussions at a later date.
Okay, do we want to do that with all of them, or are we just doing that with the booking agent? That'll save me time going through the other ones.
No, I was going to nominate Calvin as the maintenance manager.
Oh, excellent. So let's do that then and move on to maintenance manager, if everyone is okay with the deferral.
Yes. Yeah. Do we need to vote on that?
No, I don't think so. We're going to cover it in about 10, 20 minutes tops.
Second the nomination for Calvin. He got his
Alright.
keys back. He took his keys back today.
Hey, good.
Does that mean I
Is-
just accept and we move on now?
Hopefully.
No, so
All
I'll
in
call,
favor?
I'll call for another. Is there another nomination? It's just process. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah. No, I understand.
Nope. And I'll call a third time for that final nomination. Hearing none. Calvin, do you accept that nomination?
Yes, I do.
Excellent. So I have a motion moved by, whom wanted to move that motion?
I
Sorry,
can.
Patrice.
Please move it.
That's excellent. Thank you, Patrice. Seconded by Carrie. Was that correct, Carrie?
Yeah.
Or sorry, was it Councillor Deneen?
It's Councilor Dean.
It was Councillor Deneen. Is that seconded by Councillor Deneen then? Excellent. All in favor? And motion carried. Thanks, guys. How about your treasurer
We're
position?
going to defer that one too.
Okay. And last but not least is the chair position. So do we have a nomination for the chair position?
I will nominate Jason as chair.
Okay, I was like, oh my goodness, did
I
my
will second
computer
that.
freeze?
And I'll
Excellent.
third it.
Excellent. Is there a second nomination?
And I move that nominations be closed.
All right, that's fantastic. Hearing none, Jason, do you accept that nomination?
I accept the nomination.
All right, moved by Calvin and seconded by Patrice. All in favor?
Yay.
Yay, thank you guys very much.
New business for the AGM. I don't suspect there is any until we get to the next meeting when we talk a little bit about reopening in COVID. So.
The next meeting, Jason, like as in next month's meeting?
No, in 10 minutes.
In 10
Thank you.
minutes.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, after this one is done, or less than 10 minutes, because I now need a motion for adjournment. Councillor Deneen, seconded by Patrice, all in favor? Carried, good. All right,
Time is 7:47 PM, record time on the AGM.
record time on the AGM when there's nothing to talk about.